Hi, folks. Steve Cohen here. It's Tuesday, November 23rd, and it's been 3 weeks. Hard to believe. 3 weeks since the historic municipal election here in Bristol. There's so much to talk about. It's just incredible. There's just so much information to decipher, but we're not going to do it today. We're going to do it next time. I'm thinking maybe after Thanksgiving, and it's probably going to be 30, 45 minutes. Who knows? It's just, there's so much to talk about. And then we're not going to talk about Ellen anymore. So I really think that's the best thing, because the whole idea of her is negative. Her whole aura was just radiating negativity all the time. So after the next show, that's it. I don't want to spend any more time on her. She's gone, and God bless us. It's really the best thing, and the best thing for her, I think, really. But what I want to talk about today is something, it's negative and it's very disturbing. Those of you that voted for the Democrats here in Bristol, I want you to take a look at this, especially. Those of you that voted for the Republicans, you made the right choice. Now, why do I say that? Well, there's a guy by the name of Rippy Patton. Now, Rippy, so somehow, some way, he wound up as the chairman of the Bristol Democratic Town Committee. And that just tells me they must have been desperate. They must have been desperate. And they probably want nothing to do with him. I mean, he presided over just a crushing defeat. And I'm not trying to rub their noses in it. I'm not at all. To be honest, I don't think he could have saved Ellen, even if he was the sharpest chairman and was doing everything the right way. I don't think he could have saved her. Her reputation was that bad. It was that damaged. I don't think he could have saved her. I think he could have saved some of the other people. I think he could have saved some of the council people. But why do I bring him up? Like I said, never met the man, don't care to. But I want to tell you something that he did. Well, two things I want to tell you. And then we're going to discuss, like I said, the next show, we'll talk about the election in depth. The Democrats, with the exception of Tom O'Brien, who was longstanding on the Board of Education, very respected in town. Tom O'Brien on election night came to Republican headquarters to concede because he lost. And that's just a sign of respect. It's a sign of class. I don't know what else to say about that. It's a long-standing tradition. I've run for office myself. When you lose, you go over to where they're having their after-election party, where the Democrats are having their after-election party. You walk in with your hat in your hand. You look them in the eye, you shake their hand, and you say, congratulations, and you mean it. Even if you can't stand the person. The voters spoke, you lost, they won. And Tom O'Brien came down to Republican headquarters on election night with his lovely wife, Marie, and that's what he did. No one else did. Now, to be fair to Scott Rosado, it wasn't realized that he had lost on election night, so we'll give him a pass. But none of the other Democrats came, including former Mayor Ellen Zappo. Okay. But we're not here to talk about it. Like I said, we're going to rehash everything on the next show. But Rippy Patton. So why am I upset about Rippy Patton? Well, Rippy Patton posted this ridiculous comment on social media on election night. I'm going to read this to you, and I'm going to show you a screenshot of it. And so far, it's been 3 weeks since the election. None of the Democrats none of them have denounced his comments. None of them, none of the people that were voted out of office. As far as I know, as of this show, which is November 23rd, none of them have come out publicly against his comments. They haven't. None of them have. And I want you to take a look at this. Now, the comment was, this is what he posted on election night. I'm going to read it verbatim, and we're going to look at it on the screen. This Trump shit is real. Bristol sucks. Imagine ousting a mayor that just opened about 40 businesses in town and handling a $200 million budget and all of these contracts to a guy who sells medical equipment and has never been in City Hall. Sad. Okay, now that's just more than sour grapes. It is sour grapes. He's being a sore loser. Instead of looking in the mirror and realizing that he was certainly played a key part in their defeat. I still think ultimately he couldn't have saved Ellen. She was just, there's no way. She was just, the damage was just too great. She had to go, and everybody knew it. But I want you to read this. This is the Democrat town committee chairman is posting this on social media. This Trump shit is real. Now let's take this apart. Trump's got nothing to do with it. What? What's Trump got to do with anything? Trump's not even in office anymore. What's this got to do with anything? Now, if he had said this 4 years ago when Trump was in office, or even 2 years ago, 17 or 19, either way, he could have said this Trump shit is real. That, I wouldn't have worded it like that, but he could have said, because Trump was popular as a president, that it had some impact on the Democrats here in town. But this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. First of all, who's posts the word shit on a post like that for everyone to see? Who says shit? Okay? This Trump shit is real. So what are you saying? If this were true, if Trump being in office, which he's not anymore, if Trump had such an effect on Bristol politics, she wouldn't have won last time or the time before, because in 17, when she won against Ken Cocaine, and in 19, when she won, Trump was president both times. Bristol sucks, he says. Yeah, maybe because you live here, Rippy. Bristol sucks. What's wrong with you? So I can understand all the other stuff. Imagine ousting a mayor. Let me just get this back up here. Imagine ousting a mayor that just opened about 40 businesses. She didn't open anything. This is another thing that the Democrats come up with all the time. Creating jobs. The Democrats wouldn't know how to create a job if it came and bit them in the ass. Anyway, but all that I can give him a pass on, except those two first sentences. This Trump shit is real and Bristol sucks. Well, let me tell you something. Shame on all of you Democrats. Shame on all of you for letting him get away with that. If my Republican, when I was running for office, if my Republican town chairman had said a thing like that, I would have immediately denounced that comment. Immediately. None of the Democrats did. As far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they have. And I'll tell you something else, Rippy, and boy, you better get this straight. I will make sure that next time in 2023, when the Democrats put up candidates for local elections, I will make sure that the public remembers your comments, that Bristol sucks. Okay? And I think the Republicans should use it in all their ads. That Bristol sucks, according to the Democrats. Okay? So let's just get that straight. That's disgusting. What is wrong with you? Okay? He's acting like a little child. And this is their chairman of the Democrat town committee? I've never heard of a thing like that. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And all the people that ran for office and lost and allowed him to get away with a comment like that, you're just as bad. Your silence is condoning it. So just remember that. These comments are going to come to bite you, Rippy. It doesn't even matter if you're chairman in 2 years or not, which if that is the case, the Democrats are even stupider than I ever thought, because this was a crushing defeat, folks. And again, I'm not trying to rub their noses in it, but this has never happened before. We have never had, in Bristol's history of a city council, we have never, ever had 7 Democrats voted out at the same time in a complete sweep like that. It's never happened. Never happened. Now, is it all Rippy's fault? No. It's mostly Ellen's fault. And there were other factors, and we're going to get into that on the next show. I promise we will. But look at this. Look at this. Those of you that supported the Democrats, this is what they think of you. They don't get their way, and like little children, they blame it's Donald Trump. It's the orange man did it. He's mean. And all of Bristol. And what he's saying by this, what Rippy is saying in essence, is that Bristol is racist. Because, of course, all Republicans are racist. And, of course, Donald Trump was a racist. And everybody's a racist. And if you don't agree with the Democrats, you're automatically a racist. Now, he doesn't actually use the word, but he's getting his point across. This Trump shit is real. Bristol sucks. Well, Bristol didn't suck 2 years ago when Ellen won, right? Or 4 years ago when she won. Now, all of a sudden, Bristol sucks? Because you're incompetent and your mayoral candidate was corrupt and the council people are boneheads for just rubber stamping whatever she wanted? Oh, Rippy, you're just unbelievable, my friend. You will rue the day you made these comments, Rippy. Thanks, folks. Again, next week, we're going to talk about the election in detail. I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you next time.